This is the story of neighborhood friends who simply enjoy living life together. From weekend cookouts to their kids' activities to their husband's guy time, Jen and Josephine share many experiences together, just not shooting. Yet. Even though Josephine loves shooting skeet, Jen has been a little reluctant to hit the range. In this episode of Love at First Shot, our expert trainer and Smith Wesson captain Julie Golob will show Josephine and Jen a new activity they can share. I'm Natalie Foster, and this is Love at First Shot, sponsored by Smith Wesson.
My name is Josephine Diaz. I am a physician assistant. I see patients, take care of chronic conditions, so it's kind of see a little bit of everything at work.
My name is Jennifer Meier. I'm a physical therapist. I work in Suffield, Connecticut, right above Josephine. One day we were both walking our kids through the field, and it turned out that we knew of each other because we shared patients.
We've literally been 2 houses away from each other for about 9 years. When we get together, it's almost more like getting together with your extended family than just, like your neighbors or your friends.
I don't know that I really had strong views either way on guns.
It's amazing how many people do shoot but don't want to admit it to other people. New England is definitely not very gun friendly. I think the political environment here has gun owners as a convenient target for lawmakers.
It's probably in part lack of knowledge because people haven't been exposed either, and that's the only way they've been exposed is about the bad things that have happened. Having had my husband be very responsible with his guns, I guess I just figure most people are.
I definitely grew up with the idea that just the only time you heard about guns was when something bad happened, so that therefore, guns were bad. And Nick, same thing.
Yeah, in my home, we didn't have guns. My family was largely against them. I was still curious, personally, but it took having somebody that I knew to kind of be a way to get to know how it's done. So I was lucky to know Craig.
I was talking to him about a bird hunt that I go on every year. I invited Nick to come, put the first shotgun in his hand, and he was all in after that.
When he got back, we joined the gun club. And I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it or not, but we belonged to the gun club, so I might as well go. The second that I broke that first clay, I was like, when do I get to come back? And I honestly couldn't get enough.
Nick had gotten into hunting and shooting, and then Joe had gotten into the skeet, and so I always thought it's important that I do learn eventually. There's just always so much going on between games and competitions and recitals. There just never seems to be enough time.
I don't mind shooting with the guys, but it is really nice to shoot with other women. It's just a different atmosphere. So I would love just to have more women to shoot with. Like having Jen be able to shoot and be able to go out with me would be awesome. You know what? Let's do this. We'll have Nick and Craig against you and I after you've had a chance to practice.
Day at the spa or day at golf.
Yes.
I wish him a lot of luck, but we should probably go ahead and reserve the tee times now.
Bad bet, girls.
It's a great day to bust some clays here at the Hartford Gun Club, and I have 2 friends, Josephine and Jen, and we are going to embark on a skeet shooting adventure. What we'll do is we'll start with some basic safety information so you get comfortable and you know the rules of the range, and then we make sure everybody does what they're supposed to do. And throughout this entire process, I'm gonna have you interact with me because I love the idea of you just working with her too, and we're gonna show everyone that they can do this too.
Absolutely, sounds good.
You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do this.
All right.
So one of the things I like to do with new shooters is kind of use somebody as a demonstrator, and that is what we have the lovely Josephine here for. So why don't we start with how you're gonna stand?
Okay, so when you're shooting shotgun, or at least when you're shooting skeet, you want a really stable base. So you're gonna put your feet about shoulder width apart. If you're a right-handed shooter, your left foot a little bit in front of your right foot, and you're gonna lean into the gun. So you're gonna put about 70% of your weight on your left leg. And when you mount the gun, you're gonna keep your cheekbone right on the stock, and you're gonna tuck this right in there.
The gun is gonna recoil a little bit, so this is where that critical cheek to the stock, this part, wood to cheek, is very important, and how you put that into your shoulder is also very important. We wanna make sure that it's in that little crease. We don't want it on your chest or on your arm, because then it's probably not gonna feel good. And for when we start shooting, we'll have you already mounted and ready to go. The other thing we're gonna do is we're gonna have you shoot at a stationary target first, so you don't feel like you have to hit something moving for your first shots.
Okay.
All right, how are you feeling?
Good.
Are you a little nervous? Is it sunk in yet? Because you're like calm, cool, and collected.
I'm kind of excited to see and try.
Okay, but what do we?
Not really. I know.
All right, let's go shoot a target. Step into your office for today. This is gonna be the place where you're gonna shoot from. So go ahead and step in there. I'm going to have you do what we call dry fire. And basically what that means is we're gonna have you pull the trigger, but there will be no ammunition in it. Now go ahead and squeeze the trigger. Beautiful, okay. You ready?
Yes.
Put your earplugs in and your earmuffs, just so it doesn't seem so loud. Recoil can seem really fast and really harsh and sharp. So that's just something to prepare you so you know that it's gonna move you a little bit and it's gonna be something you probably haven't experienced a whole lot. Line up the beads into the middle of the red dot. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and squeeze.
Oh, jeez.
Well, no, you didn't.
No.
You did not miss.
I got it?
You didn't miss at all. I love that that's what she cares about. The gun just recoiled. She's like, I missed. How did it feel?
Good, I wasn't expecting that even though you said that. It was more than I thought it would be.
It's such a strange feeling, but that's why I like to have people take a shot that's just gonna have them get used to a recoil first, and it doesn't really matter so much.
Now I understand why I need to lean forward.
Yes. Exactly.
Should I try the target one more time? Or?
Do you wanna try the target one more
Maybe one more time.
Okay, let's do it. We'll load you up again. Squeeze whenever you're ready.
Oh,
yeah. There you go. Now you really hit it. Do you see him now? All right, it's skeet time, and Josephine is gonna show us what this clay bird is gonna look like. It's gonna actually come out of what they call the low house.
When you're ready to see the target, you're gonna say pull. Pull. So you kind of see where the clay is in regards to the tree line, in regards to the clouds. At some point, you're gonna see detail, and that's when you wanna pull the trigger, is when you see the detail on the bird.
So you're just gonna let the gun move and kind of follow it along with the path of the bird. Okay, does that make sense?
I think I won't really know till I try it.
Yeah.
The gun is loaded, the safety is off. So you're gonna mount the gun just the way you did, finger off the trigger, and you can just say pull when you're ready.
All right, pull.
You did! Nice! Good job! That has never happened to me before.
That is awesome. First shot. That was amazing. Good job. All right, someone's gonna call my husband because he's never gonna believe me.
That was perfect. You want to do this again?
Do another one?
Okay. I'll take that. We'll load it up.
Oh, darn.
Just missed that one.
Don't worry. When I came out for the first time, when I shot probably 2 boxes of shells before I hit anything. And I probably should have told you this first time. You're shooting with 7/8 of an ounce of lead. So these shells have been made to be a little bit lighter shooting.
Instead of sending a lot of pellets on a widespread area, they're more concentrated. So that's why it makes it a little bit more difficult to hit a bird that's flying.
And I do have some 1 1/8 shells. We want to try them. Yeah?
All right, we can do that.
Want me to grab some?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, Jen. I started you out with a light load, meaning there wasn't very much shot in the shells that I was giving you. So I probably was actually putting you at a little bit of a disadvantage, but I didn't want you to experience too much recoil. So these have a little bit more lead in them, plus they're pink. So we're gonna give this a try. You may feel a little bit more recoil, but hopefully it should make it a little bit easier to shoot. I'm gonna load 2 shells for you this time.
Okay.
So just be aware that after you pull the trigger the first time, there will be another shell live in the gun.
Pull.
Yes!
You smoked that one.
There we go.
You did not just hit that.
No.
There was nothing left of that clay.
Orange dust.
That was awesome. A few more?
Yes.
Okay. All
Awesome.
right. See, once you start, it's hard to stop.
Well, I want that spa day. Pull.
Yes! Woo! All right. All right. Yay!
That was excellent.
That was awesome. Fantastic.
So Jen, you just had the ultimate experience as a target shooter. The agony of missing your target and the elation of busting a clay. How did it feel to hit the first clay bird with your first shot?
I can't wait to tell my husband.
And we have it on camera.
Yeah. But then it was frustrating when I couldn't hit the next one because if I hit the first, I should be able to hit the second and the third.
The thing that I love about shooting is it's such a personal experience.
Absolutely. Everybody sees it differently, feels it differently. It's unique for every shooter, absolutely.
So are you pleased as punch?
Oh my God, I'm psyched because I'm really happy that she had fun.
Yes.
She had the exact same response that I did when I first came out, and you're so elated when that clay target flies into a million pieces. You can't get enough.
And we still have that bet that you guys are going to work on together to beat the hubbies.
Absolutely.
I want to know who wins the bet. I also want to
It'll
see...
be us.
Well, obviously. I want to know how badly you win. How's that?
Deal.
I like that.
And just thank you for letting me be a part of it all.
Thank you so much
you.
for having
You guys
us.
did so great. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
How about that for a first shot? Shotgun shooting might just become the new girls' night out for this pair of friends. Now on to our episode training tips. If you're the experienced shooter showing a newbie how to shoot skeet, start with the easiest position on the skeet field and go from there. Try not to get too wrapped up in explaining all the nuances of shooting clay targets. Just focus on the basics to get your new shooter to break that first bird. And for the student, keep in mind that experienced shooters sometimes use a lot of gun lingo without realizing it. If you find anything confusing or just need a different explanation, simply ask. Chances are they don't even realize it and they will be happy to try a different approach. And most importantly, don't give up. Whether you break 1 clay or 50, remember to have fun. Be sure to take lots of photos to commemorate your shooting excursions using the hashtag #LoveAtFirstShot when you post them. It's been wonderful to see what you're doing to encourage one another in the shooting sports, and we can't wait for more. Keep them coming. Next time on Love at First Shot, a Smith Wesson employee watches his cousin take her first shots with M&P pistols in the very same range where he took his first shot when he was just 12 years old. Josh and Caitlin are living proof that you can be pro-gun without owning or even shooting guns. But getting to shoot certainly makes things a lot more fun.